ADHD and rejection sensitive dysphoria, also known as RSD. Hi, my name's Catherine, and I'm a therapist with Mindful Healing. When we talk about ADHD, we talk about a number of different presentations that can vary widely based on who the person is and how their brain works. One of these presentations that can come along with a lot of different forms of ADHD is rejection sensitive dysphoria, or RSD. In rejection sensitive dysphoria, we see a pattern where people with ADHD perceive rejection where there is none. They can become extremely sensitive to perceived slights, insults, tones, or anything that may project some kind of rejection, even simple as, "I'm sorry I can't hang out today, I have homework." This happens because ADHD brains are essentially brains that don't have filters on them. Everything is considered important until it's not, and we have to sort through every single piece of information manually. This makes our brain really, really good at tracking patterns. This is a massive strength for people with ADHD, but in the case of RSD, it can also be a little bit of a hindrance. The patterns that people with RSD start to pick up on are patterns of rejection. They string together a bunch of small moments that, isolated, may not mean anything, but looked at as a larger picture feels like rejection. And this makes them increasingly sensitive to every additional moment of perceived rejection. This can cause a lot of intersocial problems and interpersonal problems. And the best way to address it most of the time is utilizing our DBT skill, check the facts. Check the facts helps us move from our emotional brain, which is where a lot of this rejection takes place, into our wise mind and take into account more of the facts and just pure logic of what happened. This process gets us more in tune with the idea that maybe it's not rejection. Maybe these incidents were isolated and aren't as connected as our brains are telling us they are. This takes practice, but it is addressable. And while RSD is an extremely uncomfortable thing to experience, it's also pretty common. And if you're experiencing RSD, you're definitely not alone. If you'd like more information on how we can handle RSD and ADHD, please reach out to Mindful Healing. Thanks.